What is going on YouTube? Welcome to another video in my tutorial series for Java. Now today we're going to be continuing off where we left off last video, and we are going to be talking about method overriding. And what's an override? Now, as the name suggests, an override is basically when you essentially remove the functionality of a method that has the same name. Now, that might have sounded a little confusing, but let's get on with it. Now, in addition to, I want to add something to our boy class here. So, now I'm gonna add a variable here. What is unique to a boy that is not to a human in general, or humans in general? Well, a boy or girl, right? I can think of a couple things that are unique to boys, but I'm gonna try to keep it PG, okay? So let's see here. Perhaps in our little game here, or all boys have wings, okay? So I'm gonna create this variable private string wings here, whatever, okay? Something like this, um, and I want to create a toString method. So when we run the toString method here right now, here's what we get. We are going to get the name, essentially just get the name of the user, because remember, our boy class inherits everything from our human class, including the toString method. So if you go ahead and run this, we should just get the output of James, all right, which is what we have right here. Now, perhaps in our boy class, we don't want that, okay? We want to use the same toString method, but instead of that, we want to be more specific. Perhaps we want to say what kind of wings he has. So, in our example, I'm just gonna do this, black wings, okay? I usually don't do this, but just for this example and to save time, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this right here. So every boy is gonna have black wings, all right? Now, the way we override a method is simply this. We are going to create a method with the exact same name. Sounds easy enough. It is that easy. So I'm going to copy this, go back to our boy class, and just paste. And what we want to do is create. Now we have successfully overridden our toString method. Okay, so if we go ahead and return something here, string dot format, perhaps name, so %s name, and it's giving us an error because private access. So the way we access, oh, this is a good point. The way we access these private variables right here is through the following. We just use the getters we have created right here. Okay, so we would just type get name, and there we go. Perhaps I want to get the color as well. And lastly, I want to print out something that's unique to the boy class, which is the wings. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Name, I want to print out the name. Perhaps we would give it a tab. We want to print out the color, give it another tab. And we want to print out the wings. So if I go ahead and run this right now, you will see our output is going to be what we just created. Now instead of printing our humans toString method, because we have overridden our toString method on our boy instance right here, we are now going to call the toString method that belongs to our boy. Now, one more thing before I let you guys go is there is this thing called at override. And what this basically does for us is another layer of checking to make sure that we are actually overriding a method. Okay, so for instance, if we had a typo here, so instead of typing two strings, perhaps we have two strings, okay? And it's going to tell us that, hey, you're trying to override a method, but this method doesn't exist from its superclass. Okay, a superclass is basically whatever you're trying to inherit from. So in this case, human would be our superclass. Okay, would be the superclass for this boy class right here. And it's saying, hey, you're trying to override something, but this method doesn't exist. So there's a typo somewhere. And to remove that, so we just make sure we're actually overriding something. Okay? So that is all I have to say about overriding. I hope you guys have learned something from this video, and if you did, please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.